Welcome to Xbox Corner, my name is Alex. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite digital deals covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. And this one, it's a great week. The majority, new low prices, and a fair few of them keeping it budget under $10. So with that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, graphical comparisons and Game Pass breakdowns weekly, and let's get started. Later in the video then I do have a winner to announce for a $10 Xbox digital gift card and one more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and the winner they'll be announced in next week's video. Also, if you are grabbing anything, consider using cornershop.gg for discounted digital credit, Game Pass subscriptions as well, games, in fact just all sorts Xbox related. You'll get 10% off at checkout using code CORNER and it's going to be instant delivery via email. You can find that in the pinned comment down below. Rustler then to start things off, and we have a review for this one here on the channel. Find that in the pinned comment below, but it's receiving a monster discount here of 85% off, which marks a new low. Now both me and Luke, we played this one, we both enjoyed it, and just think here, old school, top down at GTA, but given a medieval spin. It's just got this great sense of humour as you try to go from a rags to riches, narrative. Along the way though, expect all sorts going on, from side quests to uncovering hidden secrets, and while it can be honestly a little buggy on occasion, it doesn't hurt the experience at all and it comes recommended. Little Nightmares 2 then gets a monster discount as well, 67% off. It's the first time we've seen this one, sub $10. It's a creepy world. You'll be navigating this place as Mono, seeking out a tower broadcasting a mysterious signal. But it's a world with, let's say, more than an unusual population. Think here though, gameplay wise, a puzzle platformer, but I just really enjoyed the narrative. In fact, I actually prefer it over the original. If you're not into your horror, then it's more theme. It's definitely creepy and on occasion intense, but it never turns to jump scares or anything else. There's a couple of moments as well where the controls, they can't quite deliver on what the game wants to, but otherwise great stuff with this intriguing plot. Batman Arkham Collection then is here, matching the low, 85% off, and that is a steal for what is a bundle packing 3 great games. Now given the disappointment many had around the recent Gotham Knights, it seemed like the perfect time to shout it out as these are just simply genius. My favourite will always be the first entry, Arkham Asylum. It kind of established the incredible stealth and heavy hitting combat, but you really can't go wrong with any of them. That first entry as well, it's the most linear, but I just really like that location. The other two, they're taking us out into the world, which is very cool because it's an open world at that, and it increases the traversal options as well as the weapons at hand. All good stuff though, and then it throws in a ton of, I'd call it mainly cosmetic DLC, but you will see some expansions thanks to the included Season Pass. I really have no complaints though about the price here, you cannot go wrong. KLONOA Phantasy Reverie series then will be a good option for platformer fans. It's mostly side-scrolling but 3D in design, and it was a series I never got to experience personally back at launch, but I can see why it gained, such a cult reputation. So basically, yeah, I had an absolute blast with it. The first is kind of a good setup though, with some fun locations. The second definitely adds in more options around where you head to next. I did find with it the jump took a little while to get used to, kind of a floaty feeling to it, and the voice acting was seriously annoying, but otherwise it's a gem and can stand alongside some of the classics of the genre. Hopefully now though it leads to further entries, because I know a lot of people, they would love to see this series make a comeback. Peaky Blinders Mastermind then is a quick budget mention, but I love the TV show. It's based in my hometown, and this is a respectable game set in that world. While it would have been easy to make some subpar third-person experience, they actually lent into tactical here, and it's really unique. Basically though, we plan what our characters are going to be doing over a timeline to achieve our goal, and they all move together. It's almost a strategy with a dash of puzzles and pretty difficult to explain quickly, so I'd suggest watch a full review. The only big miss for me in this one, it's the fact it doesn't have voice acting, and I would have loved to have seen that, even if it was just a snippet. It's 85% off, though a new low price, but this deal, it's the only one on today's list that does require a gold membership. Digimon Survive then was a unique release. It's 30% off first of all, and that is a new low, and like many, I didn't really know what to expect, and for transparency, I'm still playing this myself. It is a sizable game. Bandai Namco as well, they for sure tried to warn us in the lead up to launch, but I didn't pay all of that much attention, and this probably wasn't as action-packed as many had hoped. The gameplay though can essentially be summed up as relatively simple tactical battles alongside a huge amount of visual novel. Now I'm not the biggest of fans of the latter genre there, but occasionally I do find one that resonates, and I will say generally with this I'm enjoying my time. The story as well, it's pretty dark. We are transported to a world full of things that want to kill you, and as the title of the game suggests, you now need to survive. Hot Wheels Unleashed then gets 75% off, a new low, and this one, you guessed it, it's a racer with a Hot Wheels spin, but in all seriousness, it's a really good use of the license, and the team behind this milestone, I've been a fan of their work now for years, and they tend to deal with more niche racers, I guess, so yeah, it's good to see them get such a high profile release. Now naturally, given the link, it's packed full of ways to spend more cash, think more vehicles, but the tracks are fun, the track creator adds a nice amount of depth, and I think it is well worth it. I paid full price at launch, I never regretted that, and this, it's just a great discount. Iron Harvest Complete Edition then is our penultimate game today, and first off, it's generation exclusive, meaning it's only current gen and it's on the Series X and S. I believe they had a version in the works for Series 1, PS4, but to my knowledge that is still not yet available, and honestly I can see why. It's a great looking game, but also there's a huge amount of content at the same time. This one though, it's for the real-time strategy fans, and while in all honesty the controls can be what I'd call a little finicky, this is absolutely worth the time to get used to it, and I'd actually call it one of the best genre entries out there on consoles currently. It's basically though an alternate reality where the war is ending, and our main source of battle, I guess, is massive mechs. There's a story though packing 24 missions over 4 campaigns. You'll find multiplayer content, tons of classes to experiment with, and on top of all of that, it's throwing in then the 2 expansions as well. This one though, a really nice surprise at launch, and I hope to see more from them in the future. It even started its life as a Kickstarter campaign, which is seriously impressive. Our winner of the week then, it's going to Michael, who really had fun with Until Dawn. Fantastic game, and is looking forward to jumping into the sequel as well, The Quarry, and I'd highly recommend it. An incredible follow-up that pretty much levels up the idea behind the game in nearly every way. Congrats though, Michael. Drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. Tales of Arise then to close us out today, and I think it's fair to call this one of the best action RPGs of recent memory. Honestly as well, I think it's absolutely stunning to look at, from the world to the character models. I will add here, however, I did play on the Series X, which naturally dialed up that power. The gameplay though, RPG with an epic quest ahead of you. I just think Tales games, they've earned a lot of respect over the years. They're not scared to take some risks, and here for me, it's up there with the very best in the series. Story-wise, we are faced with 2 characters, each from different worlds, who are fighting for their own reasons to fight the potential future. The cast are great too, and if you like the genre, there is no reason you should skip this one. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library, or are you holding onto that cash? Let me know in the comments down below. With that then, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, graphical comparisons, and Game Pass breakdowns weekly. And I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.